Hello and welcome back to Wolfquest. My name is Frosty and today we are picking up right where we left off last time by getting our new mate here, Snap with Ateru. So I did just go ahead and recourt him a little bit. Luckily we didn't lose too much at the end of last episode. But today's goal is pretty much just going to be to get to the point where we get to see our pups, and then after that I'll leave off so that I can get your naming suggestions. So that's a general goal for today. I don't know how long this episode is going to be consequently, because territory conquest can be quite a grind, and I'd like to avoid the worst of that for you guys if I can. So just a heads up, I don't really know exactly where that's going to leave us, but I do think it'll probably turn out better that way. I also did make quite a few adjustments to the audio. My recording software isn't recording audio in the way I thought it would, so hopefully this is a better balance. I may play with a little bit more, but I think this is where we're going to stay. But without any further ado, today we are going to move into establishing our territory. Hopefully my game isn't going to crash this time. Okay. There we go. And so for us, our territory is mostly going to reside right here. We're mostly going to be focusing around and in town. We need at least 15 squares. Ideally, I would like to try and get more now while we've got somebody here to help us conquest against the other packs. So we're going to kind of do a loop like this to, I guess, hopefully discourage the other packs from just swooping in and sealing all of it. And then kind of work our way in. And hopefully by the end of it, we'll have found all of our dens too. But this is going to be a long quest because Ateru is not quick, and we have deep snow to possibly be contending with as well. And we've got a den nearby right away. Okay, and yeah, now you can actually hear Ateru's howls a bit better too. This is her primary. And that was her secondary. So yeah, I think I did a pretty good job in choosing the howls. I think that sounds pretty close to coyote slash coywolf. I'm just ecstatic that hopefully you guys can actually hear everything properly this go. And I'm so dreading this initial territory claim especially. Okay, so that's 2 dens down. We've got those 2. This is also going to be a bit of a test for me to even try and remember where some of these other dens are here. Okay, perfect. I thought I remembered a den right here. And it turns out there was, in fact, one. And I think this tree den here is actually probably going to be our choice, at least for initial spots. Because while Ateru feels confident in the town, I don't think she feels super duper confident actually having dens like in the buildings or in those structures. But we're gonna be sticking pretty close to home regardless of things, so. Okay, and looks like we do have another den here as a possibility. And I think that's actually all the dens we technically need to find, but I know that there's still like the clown den in here somewhere, so we'll have plenty of options in this immediate area to choose from, which is obviously going to be ideal because the more choices we have, the better off we'll be. But I don't think we're going to go too much farther out, just because I really don't think we're going to be straying too far anyway. The rest of our territory is effectively just going to be a buffer against bigger and badder packs from our main turf here. I do appreciate how they kept that the roads, it's not easier if you fall off of them. But the roads are a bit easier to run on in the winter time when there's deep snow because there's not as much up there. And of course, I immediately ruined it by falling off. So that's great. Continuing the collection, I found actually a few different antlers right next to each other, which is a cool little touch. Can always say it came from the same elk male, even though they're technically two different kinds there. But quick little check-in is due anyway. This is currently how we're looking. I did go down into the interior again just to prevent Lucky here from going straight across the way and claiming this. I honestly kind of do want this 1% territory they're squatting in just to get that extra buffer since we're mostly going to be here. So the current plan is to kind of come down and around, connect that up, go back through, and try and grab that. That should also give us a little bit more than the requisite 15 and hopefully set us up for success in the long run. But we are definitely getting a little bit tired. So I don't know how great we're going to be once we get down to that point. We're basically going to be asleep on our feet. But at the same time, I really don't want to sleep because as soon as you sleep on accurate, everything just tends to fall apart. And to be totally blunt, I can't really afford to have a whole lot of fighting on this Coywolf because she's not very strong or fast, and the more conflict we can avoid, the better off we'll be in general. Though some conflict is going to be inescapable eventually. Sorry, Sack Snap. But that's the current plan, that's the current layout, and we're getting there. Alrighty, we're getting to the edge of the territory that I'm wanting to keep. Just found another den. This is the current distribution here, so I think we're just gonna kind of cut through, grab that one, and I think that'll be plenty for us. It's not exactly great, just because we are totally exhausted and it won't be the biggest territory ever, but I think that's all we really need to maintain. So we're just going to cut straight back and through and hopefully not get into any kind of brawl with the Luckies. River is getting really angsty because I'm not paying enough attention to her, but I will be back in a moment. Okay, we have appropriately gathered enough territory here, and so we are going to actually go ahead and name our pack. And I do have a name in mind. We are going to be the Sunfang pack after our mother's golden coloring. That is what she called her pack in her stories to her young. So there we go. And we are going to go ahead and go straight into choose a den, because that should hopefully calm down some of the territorialness that comes with this particular quest line. I don't think that resets our sleep. It would be nice. No, it doesn't reset our sleep, but the snow is at least gone. And this is currently the world that we're looking at. So I pretty much just put down a hex here and got everything in the surrounding area up to 100. I am going to go ahead and leave this here just for now. Something came up so I can't quite finish the recording. But I'll come back on a different day, different time when I can actually get to the point of the pups. So for you guys, I will see you in just a second. Okay, it has been a second for you guys and a couple of days for me, but I do still remember the plan. We are going to go claim this 7% hex now, and after that point we must bid adieu to Sack Snap here, unfortunately. He will go back to his native pack where he belongs, and we will be left all on our own. And I forgot we have such low stamina, so hopefully that doesn't bite us in the butt too much. I think they're in that territory right now because it just jumped up, so we may have to actually divert and sleep a little bit and hopefully avoid a fight because it just jumped up to 59% here, so we'll sleep and hope that they're gone when we wake up. Okay. Not really fond of what the inside of our territory is looking like, but we are at least a little bit rested, and we're gonna go for it, I think. Looks like they may be a little ways away, or at least a section of the pack is. We can only hope it stays that way. Ow! I wasn't even after you guys. Okay, we're now officially in enemy territory. We're gonna try and claim their scent posts before they realize that we're here, and hope that that's not too much of a mistake. I do see the scent posts though, I think. But if we're gonna do this at all, it may as well be while we still have Stag Snap at our side. Okay, we got the thing. Let's go back towards the edge of the territory before we start howling. That will minimize the risk of them coming across us before they can actually do anything about us taking this spot. I really wish I had thought of this when I was initially marking, because then we could have saved ourselves all of that trouble. There he goes. But so be it. Okay, we're now at the edge of the territory. Get our marker ready. And start our claim. And there we go. We definitely want to get this all the way up so that way they are a little bit less likely to just swoop back in and take it. Oh, they're close. I think they're probably mad. Let's go out. Oh. Let's go say and see if we can find something to eat. And there's a herd right here. He's definitely bold, I'll give him that. Is she worth it? No, not really. Oh, you guys are running the wrong way. We need to give them as much chance to get worn down as we can. That is a dog. And not at all what we're after. I'm actually really sad that we're not going to be able to hang out with Stag Snap too much. I feel like I never get mates that are actually active and bold. And I feel like he would have actually really helped us out with maintaining territory and hunting and stuff. Instead of having to be dragged along, like, at his wit's end. And instead, we're just losing him altogether. Guess we'll go with this half the herd. They must be at the edge of their map or whatever, because they have no idea where to go. They're starting to stand their ground. Ow. Her or her, I think, could be good options here. Is that a whole nother herd? Probably is. This would definitely be really hard with no partner at all. Because we do just as much damage to ourselves as they do to us, even this week. And I guess we'll go mark up our territory. And sleep a little bit, because in order to get Stag Snap to leave, we're gonna have to probably venture onto another pack's territory, and I don't want to do that without our wits and health about us. And we should be able to say bye to him even before the pups are born. I did try that on a different wolf just to make sure, and it seemed to have worked without any problems. So there we go. I am a little bit nervous though, because Ateru is an Iron Wolf, and if I'm wrong, then I could well be shooting everything in the foot. There's Moose. I don't think we'll be hunting any of your kind. Ever, probably. Okay, we strengthened their territory, and we're exhausted again, so I'm just gonna have us sleep. And then we're gonna go talk to some people who don't like us, I think. Okay. We are currently as slept up and healthy as I think it'll get. We're gonna go strengthen this hex since that's the only one that seems to really be suffering. And we're gonna say hi to some bison or to some lucky wolves, whichever we find first. Okay, there's a lucky pack. Oh, their home hex is close. I don't like that. But it's all we can do sometimes. I am going to be recording and talking through whatever happens here in case something doesn't go to plan, but otherwise, oh god. Otherwise, I will just cut back with whatever happened to Saxnap. Okay. We're here. Let's see how long it takes them to show up. They're so close. I mean, if we end up taking this before they can come around, then that's fine too. I won't complain about having a little bit of extra. Oh, there they are. Really, just one? Yep. We chased her off. Well, I guess this is ours now. And we're just really cementing why Lucky Pack doesn't need to like us, but oh well. I won't be angry about having a little bit more of a buffer again. Because that way if they take one hex, you know, it's not the end of the world now. They can have it, sort of thing. They can't lose the next hex up, so that's where we'll go next, I guess. And cry a little bit because I don't actually really want to do this. Okay, I've been howling for a little while. And they just haven't been coming to meet us, so against my better judgment, I'm going to follow them a little bit. Oh, there they are. Maybe? Did we really just chase them off? What the heck? Okay, this is unexpected, but I'll go up and claim their 90% since I can't take their home hex. I'm sure Ateru is getting no small amount of satisfaction at the fact that these full-blooded packs are running from her. Even if they are yearlings, which... It's lucky 1000. Oh! I think that was actually the pack leader that we were chasing around a little bit there. So cool. Maybe they won't pose as much of a threat to us then, or maybe they're just gonna bide their time and hit us when we're not expecting it. Okay, well, someone showed up and we immediately scared them away. So we're definitely doing something. It's just not going how I expected this to go. I think I may go find some bison, since wolves don't want to engage with us at all. Okay, I've taken like 3 hexes from them, all by howling, effectively. To no ill effect, so you can see now where our restfulness is. I'm gonna definitely go be looking into some alternate methods if stranger wolves don't want to do us a solid. Okay, I found bison. We do need to be careful here because they can just straight up one-shot a Ateru. But they can also take care of our mate problem. Okay. We did it. I don't feel good about it, but it's done. Sacksnap has decided to go back to his birth pack to try again a different time. That's what we're gonna say, because I am genuinely very fond of him. And I feel really bad about the stipulations I put down that we have to do this alone, but I think that's true to the Coywolf experience, so that's what we're gonna do. And I think we'll go pick out our den now. Because I think our sleep and hunger will reset. I don't think our health does, though. So I guess I'll see you guys back at the den when we, in better news, get to meet the pups. And here we go. And fittingly enough, it is an abandoned coyote den. So let's go ahead and claim this one. It is wooded, so we'll have more cougars and eagles, which I'm totally fine with. And let's meet the puppies. Let's call this the Town River. Continue. I don't think we'll get a lot of puppies. I really don't, because we are only 2-star diversity and we're not going to take any perks. So we're not taking any additional perks because we can't. So we're just going to stick with our -2s across the board and we're going to advance to H3. Aww. Okay, so we have 4 puppies, 2 boys and 2 girls. We're at 1812 to 1815. Our first 2 were boys and our second 2 were girls. So let's see what they look like. Yes, I know how we do this. Ooh, look at how pretty this is. Let's see what they look like coming out then. Oh, look at... There's the first one. Oh, the little baby stumble steps. Oh, look at you. So stumbly. Look at them. And there's a Ateru. Little puppies. Okay, let's see who these guys even are. So the first 2 out are for firstborns. Oh, look at you. You'd probably take after your grandma with that sort of coloration. And you get our first female here, who's probably gonna look like a Ateru. And then our second female coming out looks like she's gonna be a little bit more on the golden gray and brown side. Let's take a look at her real quick. Oh, 13M is gonna be a Ateru's favorite, I can already tell. Because he looks the most like her mom. At least at this age. Aww. Gosh, I love them already. We're gonna do everything in our power to keep them safe and happy and well fed. But no promises because of the diversity and perks. Honestly, I think the perks are gonna more so negatively impact us and the pups, but if we can't end up feeding them, then we're gonna be in for a rough time regardless. I do see some bison back there, but they shouldn't bother us. Oh, look at them. Okay, so 1812 is silvery. 1813 is more golden brown. He'll probably go to be more brown than gold when he gets older, though. 14 is kind of a reddish gray brown. And 15 is a lighter brown and gray silver. So feel free to leave me suggestions in the comments of this video. There will be a poll for members to go ahead and name some of the pups as well. Members of any rank will get priority for pup names, but you can only choose one. So choose carefully. And of course, as always, keep things appropriate. I think names that will be after kind of natural objects are going to be the main priority for naming, but if you come up with like a name that actually just sounds pretty and you like give a suggestion for what that could mean in like a different language, like coyote language, then let me know that as well, because I'm totally down to give them some traditional names in the sense of the word. But otherwise, I am going to leave it off here. We'll get to know the pups a little bit more come next episode as well. And if you want to as well, like reserve for the boldest pup a certain name, we can also go that way. Again, just choose carefully because you're not going to get too many options here. Looks like 14's going to have the hardest time eating. But on that note, feel free to check out links in the description below. There's quite a few down there now. So you can check out some of my other socials. You can follow me over on Twitch if you want to see me play this and other games live. There's also a new Google Sheet for commissions, so if you like any of the artwork I made for a Ateru story and you'd like to commission your own, you can figure out how to do so there. Thank you as always to Parental Units for supporting the channel, as that is greatly appreciated. Again, since you did support the channel, you will get an option to get first pick on naming a pup. But until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay happy. I'll see you all then, and bye. Gonna see them into the den before I save the game, because and while they're at this wibbly wobbly stage, they're gonna eat dirt more quickly than they're going to actually get away from danger.